In this video, we're going to be checking out another box from the folks over at Brickloot. Brickloot. This is, I believe, Brickloot for May. And inside in here, it's a monthly filled subscription box. Right there, the box is even telling us. It's a monthly box filled with loots for the ultimate brick fan. Recommend for ages 6 to 99. You can follow Brickloot over at Brickloot, literally at Brickloot, the little at sign. And there's also hashtag Brickloot as well. You can follow them on their social media outlets. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this opened up. We just actually recently looked at a previous Brickloot. This one came really right around the corner from the one that we looked at from last month. So let's open this up, see what we get from Brickloot for May 2017. I already acknowledged the fact I've said Brickloot a lot of times in this video. Anywho's, I'm going to put that to the side slightly. First thing we're going to look at is a flux capacitor. It's designed exclusively for Brickloot by Tyler Kleitz, www.brickloot.com. It includes 100% real Lego bricks. This looks promising. I love Back to the Future. Might find myself building the flux capacitor. It actually has 93 pieces. So we'll see. We'll put that one to the side. And inside we also have flux capacitor LED light kit, which would light up. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a USB. Not in this area. I live in a house, but where I'm reviewing right now, it's downstairs in a dungeon. There's like dragons over here. He's fairly friendly, so I don't have to worry about him. But I'll have to plug that in and later and give that a try. What else do we have in here? Back to the Future. Oh, cool. Little Back to the Future things. There's like the flux capacitor blueprint, radioactive plutonium sign. There's the Save the Clock tower, and of course, what started all the problems for Marty in Back to the Future 2, the sports almanac. Very neat. I've already got a Marty McFly and a Doc Brown from the DeLorean build set from Lego, so I can make use of these. I like that. Included as well, we have a Brickloot base plate. 16 by 16 brick base plate. Available colors, green, gray, blue, and tan. It looks like I got myself the tan one here. It's guaranteed to fit all major brands, Lego, Mega Bloks, and Creo. Then inside we got an art print featuring Back to the Future, featuring also the DeLorean from the Lego set. I think there's also a Lego Dimensions Back to the Future set that had, I want to say it is a Marty and it's a smaller DeLorean. I never picked those up because they're so expensive. Exclusive Brickloot print. What else do we have in here? A Brickloot sticker, Brick to the Future. I like play on words there. And it is a sticker, so I can add that to my sticker album. This is an advertisement for the brick base plate. Save 20% off a 10-pack of base plates. Code BUILD20. Head over to www.brickloot.com. Go into the online store. It advertises a 10-pack of 16 by 16, a 5-pack of 16 by 32, and a 4-pack of 32 by 32 studs, or 10 by 10. Oh, I like this. We have Brick to the Future characters, a Biff from the dance, Marty at, I think that's supposed to say detention, it says DC tension, Doc Brown, a Doc Test, Doc from the Future, Biff from the future, Marty McFly from the future, Jennifer Parker, Lorraine Baines, Marty McFly, down below Marty in Disguise, another Marty McFly, Doc Brown from the Western, Mad Dog Tannen, and Marty from Western. The only thing you would have to try to find is the arms. The legs are pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, you can find minifigure legs pretty easily enough, but you would have to find the corresponding arms to try to make this work. And of course the hair and stuff like that as well. But at least it gives you a starting point. You don't get a lot of these in there. I hope they would include more of these maybe moving forward. because I would be really interested to get more of these going, where you can add them to your existing minifigures. What did we get inside the Brickloot for May 2017? Let's flip it around and have a look here. The exclusive 100% Lego build designed by Tyler Kleitz. This was the flux capacitor. There's also an exclusive tile pack, a 16x16 base plate, an exclusive art print by Greg Hyland, and Brick to the Future minifigure sticker pack. How about that? Alright, so let's put this to the side. We'll put this to the side. This I can't really make use of just yet because I don't have a USB down here in my dungeon. But we are going to open this up and let's see how well we do. Now, last month, when we joined our hero last, I was trying to build, I believe it was a soda shop building. And I had a bit of a struggle putting that together. This one seems like it's a much more easier build. Let's have a gander at the instructions. Okay, so the instructions seem pretty straightforward. There's the back of it. Okay, so we'll put that to the side. The only downside to it being a larger instruction guide is that I'm going to have to reference it. I'll have to kind of hold it up from time to time just because I can't see all of it from the side here. Alright, so we're going to start first with a long piece. And then we're going to take a smooth piece. That will go into the front. And I'm going to take a couple of these angled pieces. We're obviously building the bottom section first. Yeah, there's a lot less pieces here to contend with. Okay, and we're going to take a couple of these single bricks, which are right over here. That'll go into place. And I need another single brick. That's going to go there. And we can need a black piece. That's going to go like that. Then from there, we need one. Okay, I'm just kind of looking ahead of myself here. Okay, so we're going to need a 3 brick, like that one there. And then we're going to take a single black. That's going to go there. We only are going to make use of, see, that's what I was looking at, the quantity. We're using one of these, like that. And then we're going to add another single brick that's smooth all the way around, just like that. And while we're at it, we can also add this gray piece onto the side. Okay, so then we are going to add a couple more of these. It looks to me like we are adding 2 on the one side. And then we are going to add 2 to the other side. Just like that. And one more right there. Add that other one there. Okay, and then we have to do a little bit of assembly. So I'm going to put this down for now. And I'm going to grab. Yeah, it says we use, it says 1 and 2. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, and I'm going to grab that, and it says we need a total of 3, so it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I am taking 2 of these, like that, and I'm going to grab another one, just like that, and we're going to grab another one of these on the top. Okay. Then we're going to take these little blue bricks. They're going to fit inside. I'm assuming something's going to connect to it. And then that's going to slide down right there in between what we've already built. And that's what we've got so far. So far, so good. So far, so good. Then, before I go any further, I had to put a brick on the side. Okay, so we've done that. Now we can add 2 of these, like that, and 2 of these on the other side. Maybe while I'm building this, I'll pose a question for you guys if you want to answer this. What's your favorite Back to the Future? Is it you like Back to the Future 1, Back to the Future 2? Do you like Back to the Future 3? Let me know down below what your favorite Back to the Future is. Part of me would love to say Back to the Future 1, But I kind of actually have a softer spot for Back to the Future 2. I love the alternate realities. I love Marty jumping back and forth, meeting older versions of himself with his family. I just really like that. I like movies that show a glimpse of the future. So for that reason, I would say personally, Back to the Future 2 is my favorite. Back to the Future 3 is not bad, but it just feels it's very much a different movie than the other Back to the Future movies. So I'm going to say Back to the Future 2 is my favorite Back to the Future. Let me know down below what your favorite is, and we can compare. I don't know if that makes me less a Back to the Future fan, because I say I like the second one more so. Like, if you ask me Star Wars, I would say my favorite Star Wars from the original trilogy is surprisingly, I don't know, maybe it's no surprise, is actually Return of the Jedi. I think it's just because I was at that age. Return of the Jedi had just come out. I think, 83, so I would have been 5. Yeah, I've just dated myself here. Okay, so while I'm talking about my age and talking about Back to the Future and Star Wars, I have been building this. Somebody right now is like, oh my god, he was still building this? Yeah, I was throwing you off with all these other discussions about stuff. Sleight of hand, that's what magicians do. And by no stretch of the imagination am I a magician. Although it's funny, the one thing I can make disappear really fast is the money in my wallet. I just kind of go, somebody says, how did you do that? I just spent it. Butterfingers. Anyways, so we've got four on the side. I need to build 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the side. The only downside to this is there's nothing really connecting these. So they're a little loose. Not loose, but you know what I mean. They're kind of just, they're not really touching anything, so it's not feeling very secure. But we are going to keep pushing through, because I'm sure this is going to connect at the top. The flux capacitor. Do you think we might be able to travel back in time or to the future once we've finished building this flux capacitor? Could you imagine? That would be pretty cool. Of course, the safer bet is to travel to the future, because you're not altering the temporal, you're not making any temporal anomalies. You know, everybody says it. I'm sure it is true, though. You travel to the past, there's a good chance you alter the future. I think there was actually, I'm certain there was as I'm building this, there was a Twilight Zone episode, I think from the 80s, where John Lithgow, traveled back in time to prevent John F. Kennedy's assassination. And then I think when he came back to the present time, he realized that I think the Germans or something were in charge, or the Nazis were in charge. So he's like, oh, I've done a horrible thing. I have to go back and correct it. And I think when he goes back to correct it, he realizes that he is now in the body of John F. Kennedy. And the only way that he'll change time back to the way it's supposed to is that he has to be assassinated. I don't know why I felt that. Why did I include that as the example for time travel? But we're going to go with it anyways. Twilight Zone is such a fascinating show. I love Twilight Zone. Maybe I didn't watch necessarily the 60s or the 70s Twilight Zone, but I did watch the 80s Twilight Zone. That was some good stuff. Good vittles. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish off the top here. And we are making good progress, I might add, too. Very few mistakes. Of course, now that I've said that, I'm going to take a couple of these little, I always think of them as like bugles. I'm going to take a couple of those. And they're going to get slotted into the sides here. All the inner workings of the flux capacitor. But yeah, you would have to travel to the future. I think that's the safest. That's your takeaway from this review, this unboxing. You want to travel to the future. That's the safest. That's least likely to do any damage. You gotta travel yourself to the future. I don't know if I would want to travel to the future. That would be pretty crummy. Not crummy in, I'm sure like the technology would be pretty neat. We'd have like hoverboards and weird shaped Pepsis and 3D holographic sharks. Oh wait, no, I am now going back to the Future 2. But it would really stink. Wouldn't it stink to go to the future and realize, wow, this is what I did? I had all this other stuff I had potential, and this is what I ended up going with. Maybe I work at Denny's or something like that. Not to say working at Denny's, I don't want to devalue working at Denny's. If you work at Denny's, that's not going to discredit that at all, but just imagine like going to some place in the future and seeing where you ended up. You'd like to think that in the future, you're like a millionaire. You like living like a millionaire. And I guess it's possible. You work hard. You work hard, you play hard, you get good grades. I don't want to sound like an after-school special here, but you know what I mean. You want to make something of your life, you have to work towards it now. Even if you're like 10 years old, got to plan ahead. There's the flux capacitor. Is there more involved? Well, maybe there is more involved. Maybe I had to do more at the bottom here. Let's see here. Oh, I did actually miss a step. Fancy that. I did miss a step. I missed step 13, which was, I'm going to take this piece here. And what is going on here? This is like a busy, this is busy. No, okay, so I got to take two of those pieces. Two of these pieces right here. Okay, and then I have to add, okay, I have to add one of these. And one of these. Okay. Just double checking that I've got all this stuff right here. That's going to go like this. Little clip here. And then another two piece. Okay. And just once again double checking, making sure everything is right. Okay, so then this is going to go on top. Is that right? No, that's not right. I gotta take this piece. That's going to go like this. These are going to clip to the side. And then we're going to take a smooth piece and that's going to go onto the top. All right. And then just going to go into the bottom. How's that going to go to the bottom? Let's have a look here. Well, trying to see here. This is supposed to be somehow onto the bottom. But it doesn't actually say, unless did I miss a step? Oh, okay, so I did miss a step. Okay, so we're going to take this piece. That's why this instruction is so long. I did miss a step. So these are going to go onto the sides, and this actually will finish the flux capacitor. And this is going to go to the back like that, and then this. See, now these little clips are going to attach to the back. There we go. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got the means to travel back and or forward in time as we built the flux capacitor. Looks pretty cool, actually. And I guess this is the area where the LED bricks will go to the back. I like that. I think I did a pretty good job, all things considered. All right, so there we go. There was our build for this month's box, as we always try to do one build. And once again, today we were having a look at the Brickloot. This was the Brickloot Brick to the Future for May 2017. You like building bricks? You like Lego themed items? You like just brick building stuff? Brickloot's the box for you. You can click the link down below and subscribe today. Speaking of subscribing, if you haven't had a chance to subscribe to this channel, what are you waiting for? A resume to be handed in over at Denny's? There's nothing wrong with working at Denny's. Click the subscribe button now and you're good to go, and you won't miss a beat when it comes to future videos being viewed on this channel. You'll always have updates. They'll always be there for you. Oh, by the way, speaking of, some people have actually mentioned that they're not seeing all the videos that this channel that I'm uploading onto YouTube. And if you actually go to the main page, on my main channel page, there's like a little cog wheel right there. Not right there, because right now we're pointing at the box, but you can click on that and you want to put in like your notifications. Select the notifications that you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Then you'll never miss a beat. Going back to what we were just talking about, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to future videos. Speaking of future videos are coming your way. Not via necessarily a DeLorean, but future videos nonetheless. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.